Hello Cancer, welcome to my channel. My name is Adela. I'm an intuitive tarot reader and I'm doing reading for Cancer rising sign for 2020. I will shuffle the cards here and pick up 12 cards, one for every month of 2020. And then I'll sit with the cards for a while, think about them with myself and my higher self, and then I will come back to make a reading for you. And I will have a piece of advice or a mantra or a prayer that I will choose according to your reading. Please subscribe, follow me, leave a comment. I will be doing monthly readings too. But now let's first pick the cards for you. So here I am back to do the reading for you after I have been sitting with your cards for a while and trying to find the highest way to read your cards, because I like to give you the highest possibilities that you can achieve with what the cards are telling me and how the next year is looking like. So just to keep in mind some important things that are happening and will be happening in 2020, which will be a great year actually for all of us, but especially for you, and I will explain it why it will be so important and special for you, is that Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, good luck and expansion, is moving into Capricorn, or has moved into Capricorn in 2019, December 2019, and it will be in Capricorn until the end of 2020, and it will then move to Aquarius. And Jupiter is joining two other planets, Pluto and Saturn, which have been in Capricorn for longer. So we will have basically three major planets, but even slow moving planets in the sign of Capricorn. And that is the opposite sign of Cancer. So it's a quite favorable position for you to have Jupiter in, because it's your opposite sign and because it's, let's say, the other side of your personality. So you can learn a lot from the Capricorn sign. So I actually recommend you to check time after time even the horoscope of Capricorn or the characteristics of Capricorn, because that's like the farthest side of your character. And as a water sign, you can actually need some of the characteristics of Capricorn. And because Jupiter is going into Capricorn, the energy that comes down to Earth, it's filtered through the sign of Capricorn, which is all about achieving, about being very direct in the way we want to achieve things, having long-term goals, working without being distracted, being somehow linear too in our way. Yes, and it's about achieving a lot of things in the material world and inside of us too. It's a very eager sign to always develop itself, and it's very firm too. It's very concrete. Sometimes it can be dry, but the good sides of Capricorn are sides that you can need, especially this year. But because of Saturn and Pluto have been in your opposite sign of Capricorn for a longer period now, Pluto for much longer, since 2008, and Saturn since 2018, you maybe have had a little bit of hard times in the last couple of years. And because the seventh house, where these planets are now positioned, is the house ruling relationship, partnership, business partnership, and private partnerships and marriages, maybe you have had some trouble or changes or big transformation related to your very close relationships. And Pluto has been asking you to go deep into yourself and ask yourself big questions like, who am I? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? And Saturn has been asking of you to do those necessary changes that you need to do for yourself and in relationship to others. Just as Saturn, sometimes it's like having one exam after the other and not and feeling like, when is this going to be over? It's like being in a studying period and never having the feeling to finally graduating. But if we can see it in this sense, in 2020, you are graduating, because Jupiter, that comes in this sign of Capricorn, makes everything lighter for you. But still, it's in your opposite sign. So it's asking you to be very concrete about yourself. It's asking you to grow. It's asking you to have long-term goals. It's asking you to work on your personality. It's asking you to do the work and to invest on yourself, most and for all, and then in the relationship. And of course, this can be a great year for relationships too. But let's start with January. January, you have the Nine of Swords, which is a card indicating mental fear, instability, insecurity, being afraid of the future, but even of the past. So I would see this energy as the energy of the last years. So it's like, because always at the beginning of the year, we kind of, like end of the year and beginning of the year, we kind of look back and we think of what we have been going through and our difficulties. And of course, when we are on our way, we are always on our way. But when we are going big transformations, we are, we always wake up in the middle of the night and think like, is this ever going to finish? Am I doing the right thing? Insecurities, fear. Will I ever make it? Will I ever put this plan into action? This may as well be even related to a loss of something. You may have been losing a dear person, a job, a family member, a partnership, in the far past or in the immediate past, I don't know, but this is the feeling that you have, and that's a normal feeling to have in the middle of a transformation process, especially in such a big transformation that is happening for you. So just for you to know, if you feel like this in January, it's totally normal to feel like that. But just please don't stay for long there, because the 9 is just it's the end of a process. It's almost the end of a process. And this is a mental fear too. It's sometimes not even related to what is happening for real in the world. It's just like our internal fear. What can I do this? Can I be the person that I think I want to be? What will other people think? What if I will disappoint anybody? What if I will not succeed in doing something? But just don't think about that. Don't think about that now. It's a negative energy. You don't want to have that. You have to trust in yourself. And I think you know from the last years, I think you have been working hard with yourself towards transforming, developing, becoming better. And I think this is some scene from some nights, sleepless nights. But actually, probably during the day, you are doing well. Or let's say quite well. I'm sure that you are this Queen of Wands. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. You have this energy of Queen of the Wands during the day. And you are working. And you are planning. And you are sitting there. And you are showing up. So that's actually my catch on this reading. The universe has so much to offer you. The universe is upgrading you, but you have to show up for it. You have to do the internal work. You have to get rid of this fear. Or if you can't get rid of the fear, live with that fear. Understand that it's normal to have this fear, and then go back to sleep. And then sleep enough, and then wake up in the morning, take care of yourself, be beautiful, show up, go to work, be a queen, be a king. You have to show up, because if we don't show up in the real world for who we are, nothing else will respond to us in the way we want it to be. So please show up as a queen, as a king, in your best shape. And this best shape, it's not just an image. I hope it's not just an image, because bottom of the deck you have the 8 of Pentacles. And I like this. This is your underlying energy. This is you working for yourself, with yourself, for your future. This is you putting the work that is needed, that is asked of you, that the planets are asking you. They are showing you the way. They are telling you you have the possibility to achieve more, to be better, to upgrade yourself, your personal relationships. But you have to work, and you are working. But this is not like a work. Sometimes we work because we don't want to deal with ourselves. And we think we are busy, and we think we are doing the things, and then we are disappointed because we think like, oh my God, I'm working so much, nobody's recognizing it. But are you working for yourself? Is this work, does this mean something to you? Does this help your body, your soul, and your mind? So this is the kind of work that you need to do. And this is, when you do this work, when you overcome this fear or find a way how to deal with this fear, the next step is just to embody who you are, the Queen of Wands. Of course, this is a fiery energy here, but with that influence of those planets in Capricorn, you can have this fiery energy as well. And be nice, be polite. Maybe you are in a position at your work where you have to lead people, lead a team. So this might be this upgrade in your personal self-awareness and self-image might be something that you wanted to achieve first in your partnerships. Maybe you have felt unhappy in a partnership, the way how you were positioned in the partnership, your role, the power that you had there. So you have been doing some work to put yourself in this position. This may as well be related to your work and to your business partnership. So maybe you have been changing and now you are showing up like this. And people might be a little bit confused because they don't know you like that. They haven't seen you keeping this position, maintaining this position, owning your own territory. And with territory, I mean your body, your position, the work that you do, the things that you say. But you are showing up. In February, you are showing up for who you are. And you are backed up because you are doing the work. You have done the work. It's not a change, this change that you have been going through and will be going through. It's not superficial. It has come from totally deep down, underneath you. So this may be how you start showing up in a partnership or in a working partnership. And about the black cat here, this is because you can be very, very nice to people and very open and very friendly, and because of that sometimes you think people might benefit from you, and that's true. But if you have your inner boundaries in the right position, and if you are built in rightly inside, you will not be anymore afraid to be nice, to be polite, to be open. And the black cat here for me, it's that little edgy side of this nice queen. Of course, she's super nice and polite and knows how to talk to people, knows how to encourage people, but when she feels like her boundaries are not being respected, she's not being respected, things are not going as they should be going in relation to her and her partners, she will say something. She will do something. That's the black cat. It's there. She's not only flowers. She has power, but it's just she doesn't show it all the time. She doesn't have to. She's embodying it, and just as a reminder of that edgy side, it's the black cat there. So be a good person, be a nice person, be a queen with that edgy side, in a way. In March, we have the Page of Wands. Now, this might be that in the moment when you make that change, or you have been doing this change, and suddenly you start showing up as a queen, some people around you, maybe even your partner, kind of has difficulties to deal with that. So they may be turning the back to you. I mean, they can't go too far because you are in a relationship with these people, even in work or in the close partnership. They just might be playing a little bit by turning your back, by sort of not giving you attention, by not recognizing the new you. But this queen, she's looking in the future. She is not dealing with this, because at the end of the day, this Page of Wands in the hand has a wand, the same as her. And the wand is a project, is a passion, it's something that you are passionate about. It's something more than just the relationship, or more than just a personal interest. So somebody may be a little bit unhappy about the way how you change yourself around you, and might seem like turning your back, not listening to you in work environment. This might be somebody that acts against your advice. But this is just a little bit playful and not mature energy that might be there in March as a result of you being in your queen or king energy. Now, if this is not another person, if you are single, and this might be as well the energy that you want to approach partnership, life. If you are looking for a partner, just be playful. Just don't take things too seriously. Of course, take yourself seriously, but when you go out there, I don't know, maybe dating, online dating, just be playful in your approach. Just be open. I mean, the queen and the king, it's inside you, but when you approach, be open. Be even open to new ideas, maybe. Enjoy. This is a sort of enjoyment. This is the energy of Page of Wands. Be passionate as well about something. Now, April is the Ace of Swords, which is a decision or communication, but maybe just a decision about you, about yourself, about something I don't know, maybe even as a result of this energy and somebody turning their back, and this is you putting an end to something, or something that's coming to an end. I know that swords are beginning of something, but you know, every end is a beginning. So it might be a decision that you take about a relationship, or it might be a decision about yourself, like something that you wanted to work on, something related to spirituality, or something related to real world, like doing some sport course that you always wanted to take, or taking some lessons about learning something. If you are alone, it doesn't matter with whom you are. If you are alone or in a partnership, please work on yourself. What are these coins? I don't know. Go to the gym, go singing, go painting, take a cooking class, go dating, go in nature, read books about spirituality, find something that inspires you long term, work on yourself, change your character, become a Capricorn. And this is the energy of Capricorn. Capricorn is working. Capricorn is real. Very ambition. Achieving one thing after the other and sharing with other people. But they are very, very working people. They are very straightforward. So you may have to take a decision in April to add something new to your personal development. Or even, I don't know, start meditating. Or end a relationship that has not been working. And a partnership, business partnership that has not been working. Or going into a new partnership. It's a decision, it's a communication about something. But because of all this changing, I think it's something internal that has to do with you. You decide to do something consciously about yourself, and it's not something that happens to you. You decide to take that action, to change something, to add something to your personality or work on something. In May, we have the Hanged Man. And Hanged Man, it can be about slowing down. It can be about changing your perspective on something, on an issue, on a matter, or suddenly seeing things differently. And maybe you are starting to finally see yourself differently. Because, you know, when showing up, sometimes we have to push ourselves a little bit to fake it until we make it, let's say. Because, and even all those planets are sort of pushing you, and Mars as well will be joining Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter in your sign as well. So there is a lot of energy coming there. It's a favorable year, and many pushing moments through the year. So maybe you just go out there even without 100% being there, but then like you start in May, June, July, you really start to change the perception about something, about yourself, probably, most probably. If you have been seeing things like this, you are now, okay, let's slow down, let's be a Capricorn. Because this person is hanging, okay, it's taking a break, it's trying to see things from different perspective, but his eyes are open and he is lit all around him. So he is having some sort of recognizing something differently from before. And maybe you are getting some satisfaction as well from finally feeling all the results. Or is it's just the beginning of internal realization of the change and acceptance of that change that has been going on, and acceptance of yourself as this queen or king. You finally understand that, you finally feel that. It's just like a break. I never feel like this person is suffering. For me, it's like a meditation position when he is getting illuminated. It's just that it's an active meditation. And maybe you could as well go into active meditation classes. I suggest you that. Active meditation, it's a very interesting way of being both active and going from being active into being quiet, peaceful, calm. So you go like all the stages, and it's a very useful practice if to shift your energy within one day. So it's an active meditation moment and change of perspectives on something. Now, if this is a relationship, you might be changing perception, perspective on the relationship that you had so far. If you have not been satisfied, if you tried to change, if you showed up in a different position, then maybe your partner didn't like and appreciate it, and then you took the decision to continue or to do something more, and now you have a different perspective on that relationship, and that will change things for you, and we will see how that will change things for you. Just don't be afraid, because in June we have the moon, and this is a card that can represent you, Cancerians. You are ruled by the moon. So this is your card. This is like you're really coming to yourself. But it's scary as well, because like in the moment, when we really go deep, there are a lot of things coming up. And just be aware, because you will have all this eclipses as well next year. Many eclipses, and you have had a lot of eclipses last year too, and some of them have not been very pleasant, but this year they will be more pleasant. And every eclipse, be it lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, are moments where you can rearrange yourself, are like short possibilities that the universe gives you to shift your energy quickly. Of course, some things may suddenly appear or disappear because of the eclipses. People may go out of your life, people may come in, you might lose a friend, you might lose a dear friend, but these are things that are supposed to happen. Just don't be scared, because it's like this is more like coming to yourself again, back to yourself and being with yourself. And maybe you even be alone here due to these changes, you be alone just with yourself, and you're scared of that because maybe you've been in a partnership, and maybe because of the changes you're not used anymore to be alone. But that's why you need all these things, because you are not alone. You and all the things that are around you, all the things that you do, all the things that you put the energy into it. Of course, we are defined from our partnerships too, but first we have to be whole in ourselves and have our environment and achieve our own realm of work, hobbies, passions, and then be with another person. So what might seem here in the card as a scary moment, it's actually a good moment, a strong moment. And about the eclipses, you have in January a lunar eclipse that is in your sign, and you have in June as well a solar eclipse in your sign. So that's interesting, because we have really these 2 points that might be connected, but actually which are opportunities. These are opportunities to upgrade you, and this will lead to something good. In July, you have the Death card. And the Death card just approves, shows that this transformation, it's really happening. If you are not letting anything go, you are not really transforming. If something is not dying, you cannot start something new. So at the end of this long process, and especially with these 3 cards and 3 consecutive months, the Hanged Man, the Moon, and the Death, this is like really the end of a transformative process. And death comes for good in your case. Maybe an old image of you dies, because it's even paired with this. Oh no, sorry. This person here, maybe you want to leave that person in the past. Or maybe you want to leave that sorrow, that loss, that pain. You want to, this is ending. In July, you have to make a conscious decision that is related to the work of the Hanged Man and the inner work of the Moon. You consciously decide to leave that in the past. It's gone. It's dying. It's time for something else. Because like you cannot become this if you don't let the old you go away. And Cancer have beautiful transformations when they mature. It takes them maybe a long time to get rid of their younger self, but once they mature, once they achieve a certain maturity, they become powerful. You never thought that these were the people that you knew 3 years ago, 5 years ago. And this change may be happening to you in a relationship while you are in a relationship. And you might be scared how people will react or how your environment will react. But yeah, work on it. Believe in it. Be in this energy. I know it will be hard at some point, but it's just for your best. In August, you have the 7 of Swords. And for me, the 7 of Swords card is a trap. It's a shortcut. It's wanting to go back to the old energy. It's like when you have done the most of the work and then you have just like 2% more to go, you drop the ball. And you are like, oh, I've done so much and probably I'm okay now, so I'm just taking the shortcut. So be aware of this. Don't go back there. Don't fall into that trap. You are almost there. And these are thoughts too. So be careful of some thoughts that might want to sell you something which is not good. It's like a discount on something that you know it's very expensive. So there must be some sort of trick there. Don't fall into this energy. Mostly I always get this card after big changes are happening in somebody's personal life, personality. And this is an attempt to go back to the old. But once you have gone these big changes, once you have expanded your horizon, once you have seen yourself like this, you cannot go back there. These things are not belonging to you. Don't take them. You don't want them. So be aware of this, because there is always that temptation. But you can first throw the map after you have achieved the destination. So don't throw the map here. Be careful. And the best way to deal with this energy, 8 of Pentacles. Keep working. It doesn't mean that you are transforming. It doesn't mean that you are achieving something. That it's like going to the gym for 1 year and then dropping out of gym. No, you don't do that. You just maybe work a little less than before, because now that you have achieved something, you have to maintain it. So work on it. Don't go back to old ways. And in September, we have the beautiful Lovers card. I love this card. I think this is like one of my favorite cards of the deck. And the Lovers signifies many things, but I'll tell you the different meanings that it might have for your reading. First of all, if this is a personal transformation, and it is a personal transformation, after you die, after you let go of something in that transformative process, you arrive in this position when you feel unified with yourself. You feel whole in yourself. This is a card of coming back to yourself when you are single. This is the unification or the balance between the feminine and the masculine, and all the development in your character, in your persona, being under a higher purpose, which is, call it whatever you want it. Like this unification with yourself, it's happening under a higher presence. Be it God, be it Mother Nature, be it universe, be it spirit. It's a guided development. And you have finally achieved a unity with yourself and with your higher self, within yourself and with your higher self. And this is an amazing thing. This is an amazing point in your life. Being happy, satisfied, holy. And after this, you can do a lot of things. After this, you can be with other people. After this, you can have whatever you want. Because once you have unified within yourself, everything is possible. Now, if you are in a partnership, you might be getting married with this card. And this transformation that it's happening here, and maybe because you changed, because you showed up, because you are doing the work, because you are working on yourself, because you are high value, somebody comes to realize that they want to be with you. So this is even a proposal, or this is marriage, or this is a partnership, a love partnership. Or if you are not in a partnership, this is you realizing, now I am ready for a partnership, for the partnership that I want to have. Because sometimes if we don't feel good enough with ourselves, we attract people that are not good enough for us. So we cannot achieve the maximum in our partnership if we don't achieve the maximum with ourselves, within ourselves, and in harmony with the higher self. This is beautiful. And it's a balance too. So either personal achievement, inner achievement, balance, or relationship, marriage, being in a loving and caring relationship. October, Queen of Swords. And yeah, this is related to a decision that you took here. I don't know what that's decision, probably of doing something related to yourself. And after you show up as a Queen of Wands with a project about yourself, maybe, like even envisioning yourself, where you want to go, where you want to be, how you want to be, with whom you want to be. Queen of Swords is putting the work to be that you are planning to be. This is enduring. This is resisting. Yeah, so here you're just working again and in the right direction. Performing that decision that you took. And maybe it's partnership related, business related. Just you're not giving up anymore your power and your strength. If you will develop from one queen to the other queen, or from one king to the other king, from the King of Wands to the King of Swords, to the King of Pentacles, to the King of Cups. You're not willing to leave this throne anymore. And this is the throne of the self. Be aware. This is unity with your inner dualities and with the higher goods. Don't forget, don't be egoistic, don't take the good sides of Capricorn. This is you being a little bit Capricornian too. Achieving, having long-term goals, being in a better place. The second half of the year, you are definitely in a better place. In November, you are balanced. For me, this is a card of balance. Despite troubled waters, you are balanced. Now, you may have, this can be a card of decision. This can be a card of taking a decision too. You may have to take a decision which is more life purpose oriented. But this is being balanced, and being balanced in the real world and with material goods. So yeah, and it's like you are being, after this internal movement, this transformation of dying and being reborn, you are out there in the world doing what you are supposed to do and balancing. This may as well be a balance between the outer and the inner world, like your spiritual work and spiritual side, and your work and your life. Yeah, you are juggling. And it has a infinity moment as well. You're busy too. In December, we have the Hermit. And maybe this is just a time for you to reflect on what has been going on, looking in the past, trying to get some wisdom out of it, because maybe this transformation as well happened. I mean, this within 1 year, it's a lot, but this has been going on for quite a while. So maybe in December you are just reflecting and consciously taking in consideration what has happened to you, and being wise and resting a little bit. Yes, maybe you are even as well getting more aware of the knowledge that you have acquired through this transformation. And maybe it's like even you thinking of doing something with this knowledge, because like the hermit has a light in his hand and he's showing the light not only for himself but for other people too. It's a sort of knowledge that he will share after he will get an insight by being alone, by retreating, by looking at things. It's a knowledge that he then comes back to share with others. Yeah, so maybe in the next year, 2021, you are preparing to go out there with the knowledge that you have acquired in this year. And this is the energy that it's launching you as well in 2021. And in 2021, Jupiter will be moving to Aquarius, and Saturn will be moving to Aquarius. So there is a new era happening with Aquarius. So you will be more, it's a more energy of air and being out there and sharing and future and transforming. So Capricorn, it's more like settling and bringing you to finish something, and Aquarius energy will be more of going out with that transformation, with that knowledge that you have gotten through that transformation. And this year it's favorable for you too, because Neptune is as well in Pisces, and Neptune is related to intuition. So you will be asked to use your intuition in those moments of when you have difficulties. Go back to your intuition, not to your emotion. Please don't confuse emotions. Emotions are triggers that are happening to us because of memories, karma, and because of action and interaction in everyday life. And we shouldn't be taking decisions based on emotion, but intuition. And intuition is something much more deeper. Intuition is something that you get when you are meditating. Intuition is something that you get when you are deep down and quiet. And intuition is the voice of a higher self, that it's not us as the person that we are born in this reincarnation. It's a voice that comes from a eternal consciousness. So intuition will be asked of you in this process. Just realize that intuition is the deepest voices that you can hear within yourself, like the deepest voices, because there are many other layers of voices that we hear that they confuse us. So use your intuition, but you cannot use your intuition if you don't practice your intuition. And intuition you do practice when you meditate, when you are still, when you are quiet, when you are alone, when you take the time to leave everything that distracts us from the everyday life out of your mind, and then you are able to hear something of a higher nature. And I'm saying that because you have this pyramid too, which is related to intuition and deep knowledge as well. And Jupiter represents as well the guru. So it's like Jupiter leaving this year and looking back at the entire year. So in December, go back and take with you in 2021. Yeah, this is what you want to take. Union with yourself and higher self. And this beautiful energy of being in your power. Now I have a prayer for you, and affirmation or a mantra that you can use throughout the year and throughout the day. Every day you can use this prayer, and I take these prayers for each of you after I see the cards from the Whispers of Eternity. It's a book from with prayers from Paramhansa Yogananda, which is my spiritual guru. And for you, I have chosen the prayer number 84. I will write this down on the description below. And the prayer 84 is named Universal Demand for Divine Guidance. O Divine Spirit, I will reason, I will, I will act, but guide thou my reason, will, and activity to the right thing I should do in everything. I think this is very beautiful because I think you are in a right way, on the right path. You are doing the things that you are supposed to do. You are willing to do them. You are acting, you are reasoning, and you need guidance just to persevere. So yeah, ask the Spirit to give you guidance and to give you energy to endure the things that you want to do. And if you want a personal reading, I would love to do that. Please write me on the description box below. You will find my email address. Please like, subscribe, comment. And there's one last thing that I want to leave you with, which is a song that I had to think about when I was doing your reading. And the song is called After the Storm by Kali Uchis. I think that song fits a lot to your reading. So maybe you want to hear that song. Okay, dear Cancer, I wish you all the best for 2020. Bye.